What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers Living. Today I'm giving you behind the scenes look at my house. I would say hands down the number one question we get on our channel when it comes to the barbecue side is what do I personally cook with? Today I'm showing you, I'm gonna break down every component of my outdoor kitchen. I'm gonna tell you what I like, what I don't like, what I would change, if I would change anything at all. You guys excited? I'm excited, let's go. So first things first, you guys have to subscribe to our channel. Gives this video a thumbs up, helps us out a ton when you guys do that. Makes a really, really big difference. And that's why I say it all the time. You guys are probably getting sick of me saying that. If you're in the Denver, Colorado area, you can come to our showroom, see all these products for yourself in person. So today I'm gonna give you some design tips on my feedback with outdoor kitchens. This is the third outdoor kitchen I've had. I had one out when I lived in California. This is my second one on this patio. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This outdoor kitchen is leaving. We got a whole new outdoor kitchen coming. I really think I've perfected the outdoor kitchen for my personal needs. That's what we're gonna talk about. Is one of the biggest things is that people wanna know absolutely what is the best. It's different, it's subjective to you. So think about what your needs are. I'll tell you what my needs are, why some of this stuff really works well for my needs, and why I think I'm gonna be redoing it and telling you what's going in. I'm not gonna give it all away though, because we have a new video coming out on what my new outdoor kitchen is gonna be. So let's start with design tips. First thing you gotta do is obviously you are limited to what you have from a square footage standpoint. So if you only have, you know, a 10-foot area, a 5-foot area, that's obviously gonna dictate how you design or lay out your outdoor kitchen. Here on this patio, we have plenty of length this way. We're a little bit limited here, but we kind of have all the length we need. So once you determine the length that you have, then I always like to start with your main cooking device and then sort of build off of that. So what I chose was the Memphis Pellet Smoker. Now this bad dog is awesome. It's about 40 inches. It gets super hot, it can sear. We've put it to good use it all the time. What do I love about it? Well, what I love about pellet smokers is you get that smoke flavor, but you have almost the ease of use of a gas grill. So you can almost set it like an oven and you're pretty much ready to roll. What don't I like about it? I would say for my particular needs, now again, this is gonna be different for everybody, but you load the hopper from the back here. Now this is a problem for me because I have a staircase back there, so I can't really get back there. So I'm tall too, I'm 6'3". So filling this up, I spill pellets everywhere. And if you're shorter, it's gonna be even more of a problem. So if you can't access back here, it is a pain in the neck to fill this up. My wife won't even try it. So that's one of the downsides with the smoker. It's really good, high quality. It runs like a champ. I don't like the rear feed for my needs, even though it is one of the, I think, the best pellet smokers that exists, period. Also, you'll see what's notoriously missing from my island here is going to be what? What's missing? What major piece of equipment do we cook on all the time at the showroom that you don't see on my patio? A gas grill. Gas grill. I thought I would be fine without a gas grill. I love gas grills. They're awesome. And again, your space is gonna, and your budget's really gonna dictate what you can design in. I would do a gas grill 100%, no questions asked, instead of a pellet smoker. And I'll tell you why as we go through the process. This is a space where we can have multiple cooking units. If you can only have one cooking unit, that's obviously gonna change what you may or may not put in. But I really wish I had a gas grill. The reason why is, like I said, my wife doesn't like to fill this up with pellets. It does take longer to start than a gas grill. If I get home from the office late or something like that, and we just want to whip something up super quick, the convenience of a gas grill and the high heat of a gas grill, the easy cleanup of a gas grill, it's really, really nice, especially if you're cooking in a pinch. What I would like is to have a gas grill for like my weekdays, what I say, and then more of a smoker, have some fun with it, where you can have longer cooks on a weekend, which we'll be getting to in a minute. So I have the Memphis Elite 40-inch. In a perfect world, I'd have a 40-inch gas grill here instead. I actually ordered one, I have one coming, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. That's for another video. So gas grill here. Storage. So I have the Memphis storage drawers here. They're pretty basic, soft close. They're pretty nice. And then your control board here for the smoker goes right here. And then I have one underneath here. Again, this is a Memphis storage drawer where I keep some of my bigger items, my rotisserie baskets, cast iron pots, things like that. Doesn't close the easiest though, which is kind of annoying. I also, on this side, have a paper towel dispenser and 2 more storage drawers where I keep, you know, barbecue tools, pizza peels, stuff like that. As far as storage drawers goes, I think this is something that's super, super underrated for an outdoor kitchen. I wish I had more. For example, we'll get to this in a second. I wish I utilized this space more for more storage, because just like an indoor kitchen, the more cabinet space you have, the more utensils, more tools you can have out here than you're running back and forth inside. You have everything all in one place, especially if you're cooking multiple things like sides, veggies, chicken. If you're doing a bunch of things at once, the more storage you can have out here, the better. So definitely when you're designing your outdoor kitchen, make sure you're incorporating as much storage as you can fit. That's my recommendation, because you can never have enough cabinet space personally. Let's keep going with accessories here. I have a trash can here on this side. Trash can, recycle bin, to me, again, like the storage drawers, absolute must. And the reason is before I had this, I did not have a trash bin or a trash storage container out here. And what do you think happens without a trash can out here? What do you think happens all over the patio here? It's kind of a mess right now, huh? What do you think happens if you don't have trash?
Stuff everywhere.
Stuff everywhere. You're a thinker, aren't you? So you got sparkling waters, beer bottles, paper plates. Do you think anyone takes the time to go all the way inside to throw them away? Not that people can't, but you end up with a mess out here. So it's super, super nice to just have your trash out here. Keeps your patio nice and clean. Again, to me, if you have the real estate for it, an absolute must. It's gonna be one of the more inexpensive components in your outdoor kitchen anyways, so you might as well have trash out here too. Again, what I would do different. I have this cool little trash chute here. So I got a cutting board and a cutout so you can just drop trash right in here. I would not do this component. And the reason is 98% of the time, this is how I throw stuff away. Just do that. It's not hard, soft close, boom. See that? Boom. Easy peasy. This disrupts, in this particular spot I have it, this is like a serving station. So a lot of times if I'm cutting up brisket, doing cheeseburgers or anything, I set all my big platters here. This disrupts my countertop space, my real estate space. So to me, it's much more valuable to have a smooth countertop where I can have a full serving station. It's not that this piece is even expensive. I think it's like 50 bucks. It's just the fact that now you have a hole in your countertop. So even if I want to get rid of this, it's like, what the heck do I do? There's a hole in my granite. So I would skip this and just do the trash can. That's just me though. That's just my needs. Think about your needs. All right, what other accessories do we have? Well, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about refrigeration and kegerators. I think one of the most overlooked pieces in an outdoor kitchen is refrigeration. This is the #1 thing that I hear people tell me when it comes to refrigeration. Oh, how lazy can you be? My refrigerator's right inside that door. See my patio door? My refrigerator's right there. People are like, gosh, you're so lazy. You can't even walk inside. No, it's not about that. Here's what it's about. Let's say you're having a bunch of people over. What do you need for drinks? You need a lot of variety, because not everyone wants Corona Lights. Not everyone wants truly sparkling seltzers. Yeah, not a fan. IPAs, Belgians, lagers, white wine, Palomas. They're making so many cool things now. Like, you need a good variety. It's not the fact that I can't walk to my refrigerator out here. It's the fact that all those beverages are gonna take up a ton of space in your indoor fridge, which you probably don't have the space for. So you might as well put it out here. My personal favorite is beverage centers. So this is like a beverage center that we have out here. And you can see we got ourselves a nice variety. I like something with a pull-out tray. It's a nice icy 34 degrees. You can tell I love my craft beers. So we got, I didn't realize I had this much beer in here. This is some nice beer. So Outer Range, one of my favorite breweries in the state of Colorado. They make delicious IPAs. I did not know these were out here. It's kind of good because now I'm losing a little weight. And then we have more space down here. Again, the ability to have a pull-out tray I think is really cool. Beverage shelves. I think the number one thing for outdoor refrigeration is beverage space. Not so much food storage, things like that, but beverage space is really important. I have the brand Perlick out here. Absolute home run. They're gonna be on the upper end. So I bought these out in California. I've lived out here for 6 years and I'm out in California for 2 years. So I've had this refrigeration for 8 years. You can see it's holding 34 degrees. It's what, 90 degrees out here? It will hold 34 degrees and over 100-degree temperature. So Perlick is a commercial grade refrigeration product. They do make kind of outdoor products that we sell all the time. Super, super awesome. Interior stainless steel, so it's gonna hold temp. It's odor free. 8 years, this thing has never like retained a bad odor or anything like that. So Perlick outdoor refrigeration, top of the line stuff. Other top of the line brands you could look at with stainless steel interior is gonna be Heston, True Refrigeration. You've probably seen my indoor refrigerators. I use True there. Those 3 brands are like the upper echelon of outdoor refrigeration, in my opinion. Take a look at those. Okay, let's talk about the Kegerator. This is a polarizing topic. Am I spending too much time on refrigeration? I think it's important to talk about refrigeration, right?
I agree.
I hear you. So, Kegerator. You just saw, big beer fan, probably shows. I love having beer on tap. There's nothing better if you're gonna drink a beer than to have it on tap at 34 degrees from a Perlick. It is top notch. I have no complaints with that. Here's what I will say. If you need to skimp on something due to real estate space or it's just not in the budget, I think the Kegerator is definitely a luxury item that you could do without. Certainly, if you want to swing for it, you can. I have it here. In my new outdoor kitchen, I will say I don't think I'm going to do a Kegerator. As much as that pains me to say that, I'm going to just have to get rid of it. Now, let me tell you why. We have 2 pony kegs, so it fits 2 5-gallon kegs in here. Let's say you're having people over and you fill them up. What's going to happen? You think they're gonna get slammed? No, they're not. So that means when everyone leaves, you're gonna have a ton of beer sitting in this thing. Which means then what?
Does beer get old?
It can, yeah, certain IPAs can lose their smell, lose their delicious odor that they have, their hoppiness. So guess what, you gotta drink them. So after everyone leaves, you're stuck with all this beer that you just have to drink because you don't want it to go to waste. I guess it's not sounding like a bad problem though, is it? The point is, you fill up these kegs, you have a ton of beer left over. You probably shouldn't be drinking beer all the time. It's not good for you. You want it on occasion. And then on top of that, if you're like me, especially since COVID, you're not having 20 people over. So this thing, I only fill it up. Before COVID, I'd only have like 2 or 3 get-togethers where I'd actually fill it. So 2 or 3 times a year, it's full. The other 360 days of the year, it's not full. And then since COVID, I haven't filled this thing in almost 2 years. So it's just been sitting empty. So to take up that kind of real estate on your patio for a couple events a year, now do you see what I'm talking about with it being a luxury? So sadly, even though I absolutely love having a Kegerator, it's time for it to go. Just gotta go. I don't use it enough. It's not practical for my needs at home. Now, if you're someone that's doing parties every weekend, then maybe for you, it's what you need. So again, you see how tailor this, don't take what I say and just take it to the bank. Tailor it to your needs. What are your needs? So I want this whole island to be nothing but prep space and serving space, uninterrupted real estate. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm still gonna do refrigeration. I'm gonna have a beverage center and then a drawer style refrigerator, because those are super sweet. Again, I'm not telling you what brand, but we're changing things up here. Okay, let's move on here. You can see this bad dog here. Got myself a nice Fire Magic ice maker. Ice makers, let's talk about ice makers for a minute. They are so stinking awesome. They are an absolute must. Here's the problem though. What do you think? I've never had an ice maker before. We're in Colorado, by the way. What do you think happened after I used it all summer? Yes, the machine will technically work, but you have a water line going to the ice maker. So you have to winterize that water line because obviously it's gonna crack. So basically your ice maker's out of commission all winter. And once you're so used to it, oh, it's just the best. So what do you think I had to do inside? We've shot some videos in my outdoor kitchen. What do we have to do inside?
Put one in there.
I had to put one inside. You guys saw my True ice maker is the absolute best. It's one of my favorite things about my indoor kitchen. And then I can use ice year round. So if you're gonna do an ice maker, two things. You either have to live in a climate, again, this goes back to personal needs. You have to live in a climate where you can use it year round out if it's gonna be outside, or just do it inside. You could do it where you have one inside and outside. It's completely overkill though. And the reason I say it's overkill is a standalone ice maker, if you get a nice one, is gonna make more ice than you could ever use anyways. So if you have two of them, you're just gonna be wasting a ton of ice. Unless you really wanna be bougie and luxurious, here's what you do. The ice, we'll show you a little close up of our ice maker, but there's basically two types of ice. You can make ice like top hat style, you know, clear filtered ice that looks like a top hat, which is what we'll show you. So here's the ice the Fire Magic makes. So it's a top hat ice. So you can see it kind of looks like a hollowed out little top hat. It is great for cocktails. It's filtered. It's great for water, anything, of course. Now, if you really want to be bougie, what you could do, and this is a little over the top, even for me. You could do like a top hat ice inside, and then you could do one outside for your summertime, like your slushies or whatever you want to make. You could do Sonic ice, you know, the nugget size ice. Those have to be actually different ice makers, unfortunately. So if you're that bougie kind of person where you need two different shapes of ice, then you could do one indoors and outdoors. Me personally, with my new island coming, we just scrapped the ice maker outside because we ended up putting it inside. Again, in Colorado, it just ended up a better fit to just have it inside so we can use it year round. So that's what my take on ice makers. All right, I have the skillet here, my Evo skillet top, one of my favorite, most fun things to cook on. Again, skillet tops are more of a luxury item. If you have the retails, or not the retail, if you have the space for it and the budget, definitely put in a standalone skillet. And again, that's gonna be more for like really fun stuff. It's super fun to cook on, you know, having this lid here, all this cooking space. It's really, really fun to do breakfast out here, you know, bacon, pancakes, eggs, things like that. You guys see me do things like smash burgers, do a ton of videos out here, searing some of your steaks out here. This thing is super versatile and super fun. Here's what I don't like about it. I actually have I think Evo, I have a new top 5 skillet video coming out, by the way. The Evo skillet top is 1 or 2 at the lowest. It's definitely one of the best skillets that we sell. The only thing I don't like about it is its circular shape. I think this is more better. No, this is better suited if it's gonna be on the end of an island and an install situation where you could have people around it. Because back here, it's really kind of just hard to clean. It's a little bit cumbersome. Again, not having access to the back of it. I think it lends itself better to a situation where people can sort of congregate around it. It's a lot more fun, it's a lot cooler, and it's stinking awesome. So that would be my only complaint about it. Now, performance-wise, I don't really have any complaints, but I am gonna be changing my skillet top as well, because I don't have access back there with the staircase. I'm gonna do something, a different shape, so I can clean it easier. That's really all. But that would be my little tip for Evo. Now again, what if you don't have the real estate space for a skillet top, or it's just not in the budget? A great alternative is skillet cooking is super fun. It's definitely a must when you're cooking outside, but you don't necessarily have to buy a standalone. I think it's better to buy a standalone because you get all that much more cooking space. But if you're in a pinch or you don't have enough space, what you can do is if you have a really nice gas grill, a lot of the gas grills sell really cool skillet accessories, so you can do some sort of skillet cooking on your gas grill, which is really cool to do. All right, last item on the agenda is gonna be our beloved Kamado Joe. Now, I love Kamado Joe. In fact, you see me do videos out here all the time. I would say more than anything else, I cook on this more than any other piece of equipment out here. So it's definitely one of my favorites. It's a must to have on my patio for me personally. There's some things I do different. You can see, obviously, first mistake I made is this part of my outdoor kitchen? No, it's just a standalone model. It was an afterthought. I got it after I built my outdoor kitchen. So when we do the new one, this is gonna be incorporated or built into my island, first and foremost. That's a must. I love Kamado cooking because it's so fun. It's a lot more hands-on, but it's more of a weekend type cook. I do more all my low and slow type stuff out here, get up early on an early Saturday, get up early on a Sunday, put a brisket, pulled pork, ribs, all the stuff I like to smoke, I do all of that on my Kamado Joe. So a Kamado style charcoal grill for me is what I use more than anything. Two things, I would incorporate it into my outdoor kitchen, and you guys probably saw, if you watched my one year review of my Kamado, I would get a bigger one. This is just too small for a family of 4. Actually, I should take that back. It works perfect for a family of 4. If you even have another couple over and now you're up to 6, not big enough. So I would go bigger. And you guys know I always rank Kamado Joe #1. However, I am this close. I'm on the edge of making a brand change for my personal use. I'm not tipped over the edge yet, but I have another brand that's kind of pulling at my heartstrings, and I think I'm gonna make a change. But again, you're gonna have to stay tuned to find out what that is. So I would build this in and bigger. That's my feedback with Kamado cooking. All right, so we better summarize this, wrap this thing up. So to summarize, the first thing you have to do is figure out what your budget is, figure out how much space you have, which is gonna dictate how much equipment you can purchase. Build your outdoor kitchen around one main cooking piece of equipment. I have the pellet smoker here. I'm getting out of pellets. I'm switching back to gas grills because I do almost all of my smoking on my charcoal grill anyway. So if I want that smoke profile, I love being more hands-on and using a charcoal Kamado style grill anyways. So from a convenience standpoint, I'm gonna switch to gas. We're getting rid of the ice maker. I'm gonna incorporate more storage doors throughout. I'm gonna still have a skillet cooktop because that's really important to me and something I love doing, but I'm gonna change the shape to something more conducive, easy to clean, even though Evo is one of the best out there. I'm gonna have a Kamado grill that's gonna be bigger and it's gonna be built into my island. That's what I would change. On this side, I want complete countertop space for prepping and serving. So I just have a complete free island, which means getting rid of the Kegerator. I'm still gonna have trash. Trash and recycle is very important, and refrigeration is really important to have a good beverage center. So I keep the wife happy. I'm not taking up all of her refrigerator space inside. Plus she doesn't know about the beers out here. It's a win-win, right? And then just more refrigeration out here. So that's my feedback after using this for several years, what I would do different based on my personal needs. If you guys want any feedback on help, if you guys want help designing an island, what's gonna work for you, tell us how much space you have. We can give you recommendations, tell us what you like to cook, what your schedule is, and we can help you design it because we cook on this stuff. We use outdoor kitchens every day. Now, don't fret. I know you guys are saying this is a nice outdoor kitchen, and it is. We're not getting rid of it. It's getting repurposed. We're taking this over to some members' property, and you'll be seeing this island with some fun new videos that we got prepared in the future. So it's not going away. It's just getting removed from my patio. And we got a new patio coming, which I think I've perfected. So you guys have to subscribe. I think you're gonna love my new island. For me, it's gonna be perfect. I just know it. I just feel it. And I'm really excited about my new island. Love this island, but those are the things I would do different. So there you have it. Now you know what I personally cook with, and you know what's important to me when I'm cooking. So you've heard it from me. There you go. There's your little inside scoop. Stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe. Thanks so much for checking us out.